We recently had my youngest sister, Rebecca, come and stay with us for 2 weeks, and oh my goodness, it was the best. Hello! Rebecca just graduated high school and is starting college to study nursing of all things. I was just so excited to have an extra pair of hands around the house, and I definitely was not the only one excited.
Look, Damian! Are you so excited?
Damian loves Auntie Becca. When Damian was able to talk, he could say 2 names, Daddy and Becca. Rebecca is basically Damian's best friend. When we brought her home, he was just all smiles for the rest of the night. But taking care of Damian is a lot of work. So bright and early the next morning, I started teaching.
It's time for breakfast. Hey, you ready to learn?
Since Damian has the most room in his tummy in the morning, he gets most of his daily nutrition during breakfast. He will typically have a bowl of instant oatmeal with a scoop of toddler formula, and then he also takes his vitamin supplements. Right now, that's iron and vitamin D. I also add in about a half a baby food pouch to make sure he gets his veggies. While we were doing this, Damian started gagging, probably on his own saliva, and so I taught Rebecca how to hold him forward with his chin down so that gravity can help clear his airway again. Because of Damian's low muscle tone, chewing really wears him out, so his diet is pretty much restricted to soft foods. We do work on chewing harder things like veggie straws, but that's really more for exercise than nutrition. After a few days of practicing the breakfast routine, Becca became a natural. I think her favorite part of the job was measuring his vitamins with a syringe. I'm sure Becca could have given Damian his Brain 1.0 treatment as well, but I wanted to do that one personally so that I knew without a shadow of a doubt that Damian got every little speck. Since we're still in phase 2 of that experimental study, Damian takes 1 capsule broken into his yogurt every other day. For lunch, I showed Rebecca how small to rip off pieces of Damian's favorite sandwich, peanut butter and jelly. One of the most important aspects of taking care of Damian is taking him to therapy, and we go to a lot of therapy. In physical therapy, we do a lot of stretching and we work on big, full body movements. This therapy is definitely the hardest work for Damian, and some days he needs a lot of encouragement, but the exercise is so good for him. We were forced to take a break from therapy for a few months, so he's extra tired in therapy right now, but once he builds up his endurance again, he's gonna love working out like he used to. We also do speech therapy, where we're trying to strengthen Damian's voice. We do this by playing with toys that either encourage him to make a noise or focus his attention a certain way, and we try to get him to make choices, all the while being very vocal about what we're doing, and especially repeating sounds and words over and over. While he's been on the experimental drug, I have noticed that he's been babbling a little bit more, and I've actually noticed recently that he's been moving his arms a lot more while we sing, and that's really exciting.
Swish, 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 swish. Swish, 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 the wipers on the bus.
Last but not least is occupational therapy, which is meant to strengthen Damian's fine motor skills. So that's like any movement that requires aim and focus and control over the smaller muscles in Damian's body. We also work on Damian's sensory processing and try to get him used to different sensations and textures. Damian has always struggled with using his fingers to grasp and point and draw, but he is slowly making progress. really glad I got to bring Rebecca with us to therapy because she was able to see what kinds of exercises we should also be doing with Damian at home. One of the other things that we do at home for Damian is put him in his standing frame, and that definitely takes some practice. Damian never likes going into his standing frame, but once we put it upright, he gets really excited. Damian is supposed to be in his standing frame for about 30 minutes at a time, and the goal is just to keep him happy for the 30 minutes that he's in there. One of Damian's favorite things to do in his standing frame is to play the piano. Yay, Damian! Good job! Good job, Damian! Rebecca was soon able to put Damian in his standing frame all by herself and keep him entertained the whole time, and it was great.
Ow! Ow!
Another unique thing that we do with Damian is we give him some medicine through a nebulizer, and so we got to teach Rebecca how to do that. Good job, Bex! Hooray! I cannot tell you how helpful it was to have Rebecca there. She did so much. She changed diapers, she helped change clothes. I taught her how to change Damian's bedding whenever he threw up, and she would put him down for naps. Meanwhile, I was able to do so much more work, and even housework. And since Becca loves to cook more than almost anything else, she would just like make me stuff. Wow. And another thing is when we would go out to go grocery shopping, I didn't have to do the grocery train. And if you've never done the grocery train, maybe you should do it just once. After Rebecca had been kind of trained up on all things Damian and what signs to look for when he's about to throw up and how to prevent that from happening and all that kind of stuff, Brock and I were able to take advantage of his rare day off and go on a date. What are we about to do, Brock?
We're gonna go on a date.
Brock and I are gonna go to dinner. Thank you, good sir. Continuing our date. We're holding hands. It's a date. Clearly, Brock and I are not the epitome of class, but we only had like an hour and it was still nice. We'll take what we can get. And Damian did so good at home. I knew he would, but it was nice to come home and see him having fun with Becca. Damian is naturally very playful, and he was just so loving having Rebecca there. She read him a lot of books and pushed him on the swing while singing him songs. And of course snuggled, because Damian is a big snuggler. One of the fun things that we got to do was open up a brand new splash pad. Just recently found it was on clearance. Like, yes, it's the end of the summer, but it was still hot outside. So we were super excited to see how Damian would react. Damian loved it at first, as you can see, but I made the mistake of trying to adjust his position to make him more comfortable, and then you can see he just kind of never recovered from that. Okay, Damian, you ready to do the splash pad? Look how cute you are in your little Mickey Mouse swim trunks.
Ready?
Oddly enough, there were no doctor's appointments scheduled while Rebecca was with us. I think she was kind of disappointed about that, her wanting to get into nursing. But one of the other main components of taking care of Damian is advocating, either doing a fundraiser or doing some sort of public event to help spread awareness of his disease and our need for treatment. Okay, it is Saturday night, so we are going to be going to concerts in the park. What are you doing? It was the last concert of the summer and I had a bunch of flyers left. I made a last minute decision to go and hand them all out. Let's do this. I did it. Being a big time introvert, doing something public like that makes me really anxious, but we've seen a lot of good come from it, and a lot of people have come up and been just so sweet to us, even thanking us for doing it. So I'm proud of myself for sticking my neck out there. Okay, you have to come close. A little further. Yep, no, that's it. Open your mouth, Ah! Let's go. Well, I think Damian's all boogied out. All right, Bex, last meal here. What did you choose? It was so nice to have Rebecca come stay with us for 2 weeks. I mean, Becca, if you want to start homeschooling college, we'll welcome you back. And we'll take you to Disneyland whenever you want. In fact, we did go to Disneyland and Universal Studios while she was here, but I'll save that for another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.